In today's video, me and my mate are gonna rank every single football pitch in Sydney.
We are putting each field to the test and ranking them based on 3 key things: surface quality, how it feels to shoot, and the overall aesthetic. And with each pitch, it gets a score out of 10 in every category. This is episode 1 of the series, and by the end of all this, we'll know exactly which pitch in Sydney reigns supreme. For the first pitch of the video, we are here at Moore Park Synthetic with a 4.3-star rating from over 130 reviews. Moore Park Synthetic stands out as a quality football venue in Sydney. Let's put it to the test.
All right, so first up we got is the surface of the pitch. How good is it? It's a pretty new pitch, and Luke's gonna tell you a bit about how it's made.
It's using wood chips, so if I just go and grab them, I think it actually helps with the grip. So yeah, I don't know if you can see them, but normal synthetic pitches usually have those like black bits. Say the wood chips provide more grip and they don't actually like spring up when you're running with the ball, so they don't actually go on your foot.
All right, so if we're gonna rate it out of 10 on the surface of the pitch, how good is it? Is it new? All this stuff. Out of 10, what are we gonna rate it?
I'm gonna give it a solid 8.
8? It's got an 8, okay.
It's very, very new. This has been renovated recently.
And for me personally, out of 10, I'm gonna give it an 8 as well.
I would have said like -2 because the wood chips, I don't know how, in the longevity, like how they could perform. Should I say that?
Yeah. All right, so next up we got is the shooting test. We're gonna judge how good the net is,
how good the smoothness of the ball is running across the ground,
and then also how good the shot is. A bit biased on if it's good or not, but who cares?
We'll do 5 shots each and then we'll come back and do a rating after.
The only thing I gotta say is that the fence is very far back. It's not like next to it, so you're gonna have to chase the ball if you miss it. That's kind of all the rating in my opinion.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, what the fuck you said? Whoa, okay.
Ooh, wee, that was cold.
I was fucking...
Bro, you know I'm not gonna move.
Nearly got me, nearly got me.
You dog. Oh. Alright, so the ratings of the shooting. How do you think we went in terms of the shots?
My personal shots, not happy with them.
Yeah.
In terms of smoothness on the ball, I'm very, very happy. The pitch is flat, the pitch is smooth, it's new. So it definitely allowed the ball to like fly very, very high. Rating out of 10?
Yeah, out of 10. All up, all the shots.
I'm gonna keep it at an 8.
The rating for my shooting, I'm gonna say my shots were actually, I got that one banger. Other than that, it was all right. Penalties were a bit average, bit shit. On the shots, I'm gonna give about a 6, but then in terms of the smoothness of the ball and the nets, it bumps it up. So, you know what? I might join you. Actually, 8.5. Give it an 8.5 out of 10 for the shooting. Okay, so what is your rating of the pitch, Luke?
First, I'm gonna talk about location. I think the location's perfect.
Yeah.
It's not in the heart of traffic to get here. It's very, very easy, it's accessible. If you look at the surroundings, completely nobody here. Like nobody here, like there's 2 people training over there, but yeah, they just came. It's very, very spacious. And given that most of the time people aren't here, I'm gonna rate that a solid 9.
I'll rate that
a 9, yeah.
I'll rate that. And for my rating as well, I'm gonna join on what Luke said. It's really nice. Obviously the pitch is lovely and the nets are great. So I'm gonna join you. I think you said 9. I'm gonna join you in saying a 9. Perfect.
Alright, so that'll be it for Moore Park Synthetic, with both of us giving very high scores. Starting with Luke, we get 25 out of 30. And for me, I gave a 25.5 out of 30 for Moore Park Synthetic. That is a very good start to the video. Let's see if the next field can take it.
All right, so now we are off to UNSW Village Green, home of UNSW, the football team.
Yep, it's my local club. I used to actually play for them. You guys obviously won't know that. But the pitch, yeah, it's very, very good. So we're gonna go test it out.
First up, get into the rating of the ground, the pitch. How good is it? What are you saying, Luke?
Very, very smooth. Exactly like the last one, I would say.
One thing I like about it is that it's very green. I mean, it's in the name, Village Green, but like I'm a big guy on green pitches. Like for my videos, I like it to be very aesthetic, and it does that purpose. So what's your rating, Luke? What are you thinking?
A couple of things. I'll say when you do shoot, there is like a really, really high back wall, which prevents it from going further. In terms of location, it's pretty busy.
Very busy.
Don't expect to come here with a free pitch. We're very lucky because we're coming in around the middle of the day. Out of 10, I'm gonna give it a solid 9.
9?
Actually, I'm gonna give it 9.5.
9.5?
Yeah, we're gonna switch it up a bit.
I'm gonna say 9. That's it, a whole number, and I think it just needs that something else. I don't know what it is, but it needs that 1 extra rating, so we'll give it a 9. All right, so next up we got is the shooting challenge. Once again, we're going to be judging the smoothness of the pitch, how good the net is, and how good our shots are. Let's get straight into it. Oh my days. Oh shit. You know what? I don't mind that because that wall just saved me from going to absolute Narnia. Cold, I like it. Okay, so for the shooting, our ratings. So look, the net's quality. It's a box net, it's really good, comes back to you, perfect. My shots were a bit average, so kind of bring that down a bit. Then also the smoothness of the ground, perfect. So I'm gonna give it, shooting wise, a 7. Oh, I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8 because how good the nets are.
Probably gonna give my shooting wise a 7 as well. Just based on my personal shots, wasn't too happy with them. But in terms of the smoothness of the ball, as I've said before with the Moore Park, again, it's flat. So wherever you shoot it, wherever you expect it to go, it's gonna go.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like a random bump.
Because we're used to the Sunday League football pitches, it bounces up, it's all shit, so this is quality for us. So what are you gonna give it?
I'm gonna give it a 7.
7, perfect. Okay, so in terms of the aesthetic, I like it. It's a little bit crowded in terms of the people, but that's not really the aesthetic. You've got some lovely palm trees, lovely nature. Like I said, it's very green pitch. So I'm gonna give it a solid 9. Solid 9 for the pitch. What do you reckon?
Not being biased, this is my local pitch, so I do come down here like quite a lot. I'm a palm tree guy, so let's just start off.
Big palm tree guy.
Trees in the back. Definitely fits the vibe as it's green, you know what I mean? I like the scenery a lot. Rating the football pitch here, just purely based on the football, I love it. I'm gonna give it a 10.
10 out of 10, the first 10 out of 10 of the video at UNSW Green. All right, so that is UNSW over. Pretty good scores, I must say. Now we are off to David Phillips, a place in Daiseville, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty of an old pitch, but we'll see how it, tracks. Yeah, let's go there, innit? Okay, so here we are at the David Phillips pitch. First impressions, bit shit, what do you reckon?
There's already archery on when we came here. I don't know why there's archery on synthetic.
What pitch, like what's the go here?
And it's looking very, very depressing. Even, it's free, I wouldn't really want to come here. Like the ground's like black basically.
All right, so our ratings of the pitch, I'm gonna say 4. Like it's got a nice wall, so you can bounce off it. It's got a pretty decent environment, but yeah, 4 out of 10 for me. What do you reckon?
I'm gonna give it a 3, purely because every time I kick the ball, my foot like sinks in because the ground's not actually flat. It's filled unevenly with like the black bits.
So yeah, that's 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10 for the pitch. Let's get into the shooting. All right, so shooting, here we go. Oh, good save.
What a save. That's what I mean, like, there's that. I got it.
Actual?
Yeah.
What a pen, fair enough. Nah, why are you peeking now? All right, so we got the rating of the shooting. The ground, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. Shambolic net, absolutely shambolic. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10, honestly.
Just to get the ratings over, 5 out of 10. I'll explain why. The smoothness, it's fine in all honesty, but when I do shoot it over, it does go over, not like the UNSW one. In terms of my shots, I'll give them a 6, so an overall rating of, about 5 for everything.
5. Can I give it a 6?
Give it a 6.
I'm gonna bring it down to 5. I don't know why I give it a 6.
You're glazing it this way.
Right, so now we've got the ratings for the whole aesthetic and vibe of this pitch. Look, I'm standing on leaves right now. It's very depressing. Like, it looks like it was quiet, but it's too quiet. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna give it a genuinely 3 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 3 as well.
No, now you're glazing.
All right, not so good for David Phillips. I gave a 12 out of 30 all up, and Luke joins me as well with a 12 out of 30. So far, David Phillips is at the bottom of the list.
So here we are, the next park number 4 at Heffron Park, Maroubra, right next to the South Centre, the rugby league team. Irrelevant. Let's get into the ratings. Okay, so first up on the ratings we've got is the surface. I've played here many times in my career before. Very dark, like it's not very vibrant green, just like UNSW, it's very black. Bit uneven the pitch, like you were saying earlier. The pitch is actually, like this is genuine fact, one of the biggest pitches in Australia. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 in the middle. What do you reckon?
I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Oh, fuck. Alright, so for the shooting, look, honestly not that bad. You had a few good shots. The ground's not that bad, like it moves pretty well. Goals gone a little bit better since I've last came here, so they've upgraded the nets. I'll give it a 6, solid 6.
Solid 6, solid 6. In terms of the smoothness of the ball, it's pretty smooth. And they've also increased the height of the back barrier.
It's still not that big, but
it's not that big, but you know, it makes a little bit of a difference. So I'll give it a 6, yeah.
Okay, so for the aesthetics of this pitch, look, it's not that pretty. It's a bit, like you said, bleak. The grass is pretty black, you know what I mean? It's not very vibrant. To be honest, there's nothing really to it. So I'm gonna give it about a 4. It's basically just a football pitch in the middle of a park.
Okay, so my thoughts on the aesthetic, just to give a rating straight out, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Ooh,
purely based on the depressive vibe that I'm getting, the bleakness, the dullness. Like if you just look at the ground, it's not vibrant like the village green. You look around, it's just plain grass and we're in like the middle of nowhere.
To sum up Heffron Park Synthetic, Luke gives it a score of 15 out of 30, dead in the middle. And once again, I have the same score and 15 out of 30. Let's move on to the last pitch of the video. This right here is Coral Sea Park, a very new and vibrant pitch in the area. It's got exactly 5 stars on Google. However, there's only been 5 reviews. So let's get straight into it.
Alright, so first up we got is the grounds and how good the pitch is. And look, this is one of the newest parks in the area, if not Sydney. So it's really good. There's no black bits. The black bits are actually green, which makes it better. The lines are good. Back fence is good on the goals. So I'm gonna give it a solid, you know what? The first 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Yep.
It's very, very solid. I don't want to give it a 10 because I've already given out a 10. Okay. So I'm gonna go close. I'm gonna go 9.5. You got me. That was nice. Oh, fuck's sake. Did that go over the line?
No, maybe. That's actually alright.
Alright, so first rate the shooting, we've got a quality pitch, 2 nets, both boxed, freshly boxed as well.
Yeah, definitely.
To rate my personal shots, I'm going to rate them an 8. I made a lot. My pens, I was messing around with the first one, but the second one was very good. And I think the smoothness overall, very, very smooth. And the ball just like nicely moves across the ground. So I'll give it an 8, yeah.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't give a shit about how bad my shots were. Beautiful net, high fence, beautiful ground. I'm giving it a 10.
This time I'm not going to disclose my rating until the end. Let me just start off by saying the location I'm not that happy with. Surrounding us is Housing Commission and we're in a bit of a dingy area, a bit of a sketchy area. But the pitch is like an oasis in itself because it's like hidden from everything away. I'm gonna go with a 7.5. 7.5, just based on the greenery of the ground and the aesthetics in the back. But the location takes away a little bit. Okay,
so we got is the aesthetic. Look, like Luke said, the area is not that, you know, higher class, if you will. But look, vibrant green on the pitch. You can hear birds chirping. It's, to be honest, it's a good little, like you said, oasis, if you will. But other than that, I'm gonna give it a solid 7. I think the area takes away from the rating, but other than that, it's pretty decent.
So there we have it. Coral Sea Park is the highest ranked football pitch in Sydney for episode 1, with Luke giving out 25 out of 30 and me with a very generous 27 out of 30. Alright boys and girls, that'll be it for today's video. Please let me know which football park you want me to review, because like I said, this is episode 1 and there's going to be plenty more to come.